Hello everyone, welcome to this second video on my channel. I'm gonna share with you the War Legends gameplay once again, and today I'll be playing the faction of the Dark. Funny that my opponent is the same guy as in the previous video. I actually recorded them on the other day, but he just came into me asking if I'm up to play, so I said I guess I was about to play. And so we had a game, and this time around we play the mirror matchup. It is Dark against Dark, and what I'm doing is about the same build order. Initially I'm starting with 8 slaves. I guess we will better call them the workers, but yeah. Originally they are the slaves as per the Dark faction, and then I'm going to the barracks, adding my first goon. Goon is a little bit different from the swordsman. It is slightly stronger, but it also costs more gold and more food. So if you take the big numbers, they will be equal, but once we have 1 against 1, of course, the goon is stronger. And I decided to start my build order with Undead. I added the Undead obelisk. This is why I have 4 workers on the lumber, and I am playing the build order that I discovered for me just recently. It is 2 barracks into the Undead hero. It calls the Eater. I'm not sure if that will be the final English localization on the release, but we'll see. Anyway, that guy looks pretty similar to Dota's Pooch or Patch. I'm not sure how do you guys pronounce it. We will call it Eater in War Legends, so never mind. And that creature can eat the little enemies when they are low HP and recover his own. There is also an active ability, but we'll see it later on. I try to harass my opponent if I can with my own goon. If you attack the opponent's worker and the other goon is attacking you, and also the swordsman, it doesn't matter, the goon will kill the worker faster. That is why many players just ran into the worker to take down one and retreat. I'm adding the second farm. It's called Pixty on the Dark faction, but I guess we will utilize the slang to avoid adding more words that can be harder to understand. And here I'm placing the Tower of the Dark Magic. Alright, it seems that I called wrong when I told that I was about to play the second Rex. Apparently I forgot a little bit the details of the game, but right. As you can see, I only have 1 Rex so far, and that is why when I noticed that my opponent have quite a bit goons, I decided to add the Dark Magic Tower, and also because I saw him placing the Orc Totem. Orc Totem allows him to add the Wolf Riders that we witnessed in the previous game, but in case you didn't see it, those are the cavalry units that move very fast, and if you let them into your workers line and you don't have a static defense and you don't have an army around, you'll be in trouble. So as far as I'm about to leave for the chest, of course I wanna add the static defense. That is why going into cavalry almost always worth it, because if your opponent scouts it, they has to add the static defense, and the towers of this kind are quite expensive, so an orc totem is of the smaller worth than my tower, so adding the orc totem already pays off. And now we see the wolf rider coming at me through the top side of the map. They will take down my goons apparently, but it will take time, and what I'm doing on my side is I'm adding the skeleton archers. I was going to take down elemental to conquer this mana swell, and since the riders decided to back off, I just starting to farm this camp, and they are coming back at me right now. It won't make a lot of harm to me, but they're able to take down 2 units, or probably one just was on fire from the elemental, because it sets the units on fire, and they continue to take damage for some time. And now we see that the enemy's army is running into me, having the orc chief with them, and I am not able to retreat just right, so what happened is me losing on all my skeleton warriors and all of my goons, and all I have left is this eater, and this is his active ability. He starts to hitting around with his huge arms, striking everything in front of him, and a little bit even behind of him there is a big angle where he can hit, and also he can stun the big targets and throw away the small targets. So if I will hit, for example, enemy's goon, it will fly away for a few cells. So it is a funny and interesting active ability, and in general the Eater is a very interesting hero to play for, because it can take down pretty much every hero in the game as far as it can come close enough, and also it can be a very dangerous coming into the worker line, because eating the workers it will be near invincible. But while I'm telling you all this, the 7 minutes 30 seconds mark has passed, which means that the center big resources chest has been conquered by my enemy. I guess acquired would be the right word in this case. So he get more resources than me, and also in the previous engagement, he traded better. So I must be in the worst position right now. So what I'm trying to do is sending my skeleton warrior. It is the free unit I get with my necromancer. I have just one in my army to create those, and I sent it over his mana as well, but it seems I didn't notice even when I was playing, but now I see that his army is located in the center, so that army took down my skeleton, so I won't get his mana swell for free, but it was just a gamble, so maybe I would and maybe I would not. That's fine, either way is fine, because the unit is free. And now I noticed him approaching my main base when I'm watching and commentating with, because I obviously don't commentate live. I just record my gameplay. Some VOD makers just record the replays, but I strongly prefer to record the actual gameplay, so that you are able to see how I'm clicking and what I'm doing in the game, to have there is a special word for that which I forget, To make it immersive, that is the word, okay. So then I just take the best games and commentate. And now I suddenly notice that that wasn't happening for good. I am probably about to lose my Dark Gate because the opponent constructed his Goblin Tower upon of me, so I badly want to save it, because I upgraded to the second tier of Undead and I am adding zombies and the Vipers. We rather called it Venom Spitters, but the Viper is just a shorter word to pronounce. And I need those Dark Gate to build those. So I repair and I use the fortification scroll. I think we already witnessed it in the previous video too. So what we have is my opponent investing not really much but quite a bit in that attack. 2 bombers and also the tower that didn't make anything. Here I do a little bit of micro, pulling my zombies back from the bomber. I still lost 2 skeleton warriors, but that is not quite fine, but it could be worse. We still have a lot of improve, and by we I mean all the players in War Legends in terms of micro, but I'm still pleased to see that many players at least try, because remember that even though the game looks awesome, looks really gorgeous, it is the mobile game and we play on the phone. At least those who don't use emulators, but I play on the phone. And you have to press all that with your fingers on your screen, so micro is sometimes a complicated task, but we are trying and we are learning, and lately it becomes better and more enjoyable to see. So what I'm doing is I noticed he's moving out to take back the vision tower. So I pulled my army on top of his base and starting attack his racks and using my fire scroll at him. So he had to fight under the fire scroll, and that works quite right, even though he uses his Orc Totem aura that gives him additional attack strength. That is why I'm taking down that building, the Orc Totem, ignoring the X-Masters he has. And since there is no more Orc Totem, he can't build more X-Masters. My zombies attacks that X-Masters, so they are about to take it down. And that means that the zombie will pop up just here. That is how this incredible unit works. Another interesting unit. So Undead as a race has a very interesting mechanics, and in this game I play dedicatedly the Undead. Even though in the Dark faction I obviously also have Orcs and Goblins, my opponent plays Orcs and Goblins, and it seems that I can beat it with Undead. But I already know, of course, so I can spoil it, that I won't win the game straight away, because fighting in the enemy's base in War Legends is a complicated thing to do. Why is that? Is because he has additional units right here, and I don't, because most of the units can't get into the fight real quick, because it is fantasy and we don't have the planes to sort of get there in 5 seconds. Our units has legs, those who have, and they take their time to, you know, stroll around the map. So I decided to pull back while my Eater still has an HP to work with, and to grab all of the chests at 15-minute mark. The 15-minute mark is the crucial point because the slow chests appears every 5 minutes and the big every 7.5. So that means that obviously on 15-minute mark all of the chest pop-ups at the same time. So if you're able to get all the maps where there are three because on some maps there are only 2 chests, but on the most of the maps there are 3 chests, and so the 15-minute mark are crucial on those, and this one included. So I also builded the second tower in the middle to gain the control, and now I move out for his mana chest to have a lot more mana to work with, more scrolls to work with. He trying to move out to take that back, but that will be incredibly hard because the chests, they let me build a lot of army, and also my opponent was losing his production building during the previous attack, so he couldn't replenish really quick, and that bring me victory even though I lost my first engagement, as you can remember in this game. But since I didn't panic in the first time and keep doing my things, especially the macro things, the on the map things, moving out, taking objects, I was able to come back and win the game in the truly RTS style, as I at least do understand that. So that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to sub to my channel not to miss the next one, and see you later. Bye bye.